Indianapolis 500. Live from Indianapolis, ABC Sports proudly presents the drivers and teams of the Pep Boys Indy Racing League in the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Driving down Paradise Road, destination no one knows. Somewhere in heaven through the pearly gates, this one-way ticket buys the empty space to see the sunshine over madness of it all. Flickering eyes gaze through the cracks. Drawing cups fall off on the rack. Souvenirs for the Eastern Bloc. We traveled first class in a metal box to see the sunshine of the madness of it all. The midnight boat sails on the tide. The ferryman takes us to the other side. Life on a knife edge is a life condemned. I need your loving, but they sap my strength to see the sunshine or the madness of it all. The madness of it all. Somewhere in heaven through the pearly gates, this one-way ticket buys a empty space to see the sunshine or the madness of it all.
The fastest rookie, Jimmy Kite, up at 11, followed by the senior rookie, Jack Hewitt.
I have a feeling that you probably would have done this for almost nothing, wouldn't you?
It's unbelievable, you know. It's been a rough week this week for me, but so was my last 25 years to get here, you know, and I can't look back and say that any of it wasn't worthwhile, and man, I'm just so happy to be here.
We were very glad to have you at the Indy 500 and to see you perform so well out there. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway has a check for $223,000, designated awards $42,500. Jack Hewitt, $265,800 for 12th place. Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of the guys bring up a piece of paper up here, and I'm going to forget somebody. Whoever I forget tonight, I apologize, but I personally want to thank you. First of all, I got to thank the man upstairs, because without him, none of this would have been possible. I would like to thank Tony George for making my dream come alive again in the IRL series with Pep Boys. I would like to thank Bob Parker of Parker Machinery and his son Bobby for having enough faith in me to find a team that would put up with me for a couple of weeks, and PDM team was the one that they chose. Paul Dialovich and Chuck Buckman and Paul Murphy, these guys, they're the greatest in the world. I had the greatest crew. I got the biggest crew probably, so I couldn't mention them all. but they made being here this month fun, even through the bad times. I would like to thank, everybody knows Parker Machinery was our main sponsor. We had Cardinal, Sailfish Boats, Team Sailfish Boats. We had Turbines Incorporated, Handy Construction, Cardinal, Dillon Family Automotive. It goes on, as everybody knows. I just want to thank everybody, my wife, my mom, and my dad.
We'll go to Indianapolis. I'll bypass some of the sprint car stuff right now. Indianapolis was a dream come true. You know, I'd set sights in my life, and I wanted to race in California. I just thought Ascot and all California was just the ultimate, you know, along with USAC, and I wanted to race the Indianapolis 500, and I wanted to go to Australia. And when we finally reached the last one, that Indianapolis 500, it made my dreams come true. And a lot of people went with me. I mean, maybe not being there physically, but mentally and everything spiritually, they was there helping me. And we had so much fun. The race was no different than running the speedway at Eldora. You know, starting, once we pushed off, or they fired me up and we took off, we're going around the racetrack, it was like any other racetrack. But everything up to that month was just so unbelievable, you know. And like he said before, you know, my mouth gets me in a lot of trouble. And everybody, including myself, kind of knew I was only going to get to go 1 year. It just makes for the better stories, you know. I mean, these guys go there, race, and leave, they don't have no stories. But we make stories, so luckily my mouth does get me in trouble, but it gives you something to talk about later. And now we know why I didn't go back to Indy twice. But we finally made it, and we made it there because of Tony George. He helped me get my practice run in, and then, like I said, Bob Parker came into the scene, and he sponsored my car that year, and oh my gosh, what did I said, it's the only time I ever missed a race at Eldora Speedway, because I was planning on leaving, and Gary Lee come up to me, and he said, Jack, what are you going to do here later today? Because he knows the USAC Sprint was at Eldora Speedway. I said, well, as soon as the feature's over, I said, I'm leaving for Eldora. And he got to laughing at me. He said, Jack, I've never heard the Indianapolis 500 called a feature before. But we stayed until dark signing the last autograph. There was nobody in line when we left. And I just didn't want the day to end. And it was living a dream, and it came true. It's just unbelievable, you know. And that just put the icing on the cake. The only problem we had was, that was my dad's dream also, was to race the Indianapolis 500. But he liked to drink and to smoke and carry on, and, you know, people have a hard time when I tell them that I'm the quiet one of the family. That's a true story. But anyway, you know, he died the year before, and everybody said, well, man, your dad's here with you today. I said, man, you don't understand. I don't want him to be here. I want a hug, you know. We're both here together, but he's missing. So there was a little bit of downfall to it, but all in all, it was a fantastic time, and like I said, it just topped off my career, and just keep living life every day, you know.